Hadi bakalım.
Smoke is an Alright, so this is the first match commentary. This is a match versus an ace of spades. Pretty good player, but I lose this match. So we're gonna go into the reasons why I lose it and what to do to like make up for that, right? And to understand how to effectively fight this matchup. Because this is a difficult matchup for Hellfall, and if you understand how to fight this, you'll probably be able to intuitively think about other matchups and fight them properly. Alright. Start off approaching. This is actually already a mistake, right? But not a huge one. I think I already noted this earlier in the video, but me using JQ while going into the air is actually a bad habit, and you shouldn't do it because it'll just put it on CD, and it's much more useful and beneficial when you're using it for damage or avoiding moves while also hitting the opponent. And it effectively can act like a reversal, right? Okay, okay, that's another mistake. So I try to drop down here, right? One thing that you can do is you can actually punish a lot of ace-based moves because they have a lot of startup and not necessarily a lot of end lag, but they have like very big amount of frame data. So it's active for a while, but for the most part, if you kind of just like space yourself out of the range, you can hit them during it. But I actually mistime it here, and it cost me like about 30 HP, right? In reality, you shouldn't try to do this unless you're like relatively experienced, right? And even if you're relatively experienced, it's still dangerous. Instead, you should wait for the VFX to stop, so then they're kind of just like paused in the air, right? They can still act out of that state with like an SC, right? But if you do ADC instead, not ASC, then it'll probably guarantee your safety more often than not. Alright. If I had JQ here, probably would have avoided this mishap entirely. I have to waste ASDC to get out of that sticky situation, but he ends up using DWSQ, which is a little uppercut thing downwards, which is pretty big. You can probably go in, but uses SSC right there. And that's already basically all of our HP. Let's look at what happens further. Okay, that's already another thing to know. Okay, so here he uses basically uses 4 of his like big moves. And these are like big denial moves in specific for something like Hellfall, right? Because DWSQ is gonna TP over you, so realistically if he's stuck in a combo he could just use it. SSZ denies us out combos and also does a shit ton of damage. And these two also deny us of certain strings. So we should approach, but here I just approach completely incorrectly. You see here, I'm using AWC preemptively. In reality, I should have just DDC'd forward and then used ADC. One thing about AWC is that the effective range isn't actually as large as one might think. And we're just not going to catch up to him if he's using WWQ. We would have to use a vertical mobility tool. And since Fangs, which is AWC, ASC, and ADC, all share the same cooldown, we just can't really catch up to him at this point unless we do SSC. And I just don't think to use it in this moment. Instead, I do something really bad, terrible thing. So whenever an ace of spades is in the air and they're gonna drop down, you never ever want to be below them because they can do this, which huge move does like a bunch of damage, right? Huge hitbox. but it's effectively a mix-up tool. Typically they'll use SC into that move, but they could just drop down and use it on you at any given moment. And if they do, you've basically lost the match already. So at this point, we've basically lost. There's not much we could do unless we stall like extremely slow. Try to salvage it, but ends up not working. Gotta stay very careful versus Ace of Spades. Alright, this is the second match commentary. In this match I lose again, but it's a bit closer this time, and there's a bit more to handle in this match. So let's already start it and look at what's going on. This is just normal neutral. Okay, stop right here. Okay, so right here, this is an important thing to note. So you see the Ace of Spades crouching down right here like this, right? First he uses SC, you know, keep him locked in place, but he wants to go into the air. So he uses WWQ, which is his flame uppercut, right? You can kind of notice that he crouches down just like a very slight amount before he's about to use it. And this is kind of like the startup of the move. When they're locked in place like this after an SC, we can basically guaranteed Void Viper them. But another important thing to note is that if they're about to do WWQ and you see it, you can just Void Viper them. And if you do it correctly, right here I actually missed the magnet tick that I needed to hit for him to properly essentially stay down with me, right? So then I can continue my combo, which the DASQ would have hit if I had been a little bit closer when I used my Void Viper. I was a bit too far. Void Viper is ASTC, if you don't know that, which is this little magnet thing. And then after that, we could start comboing. It's actually a really very useful thing to note when you're fighting Ace of Spades, because their movement is kind of like turn-based, in the sense that they have a lot of pauses and stops during whenever they're doing anything effectively. And this is because they have it has huge amounts of frame data. Like the frame data that Ace of Spades moves have is like very long, lasts very long. We can use that to our advantage since typically Hellfall has very short moves and our movement is more fluid. But we could also contest them in the air if you end up going to kind of fight them like that. A little bit too slow on the Q. I guess I got DWSQ right there. That's pretty bad. Both with right there. This is an important thing. So this projectile, I actually don't remember what keystroke it's called, but whenever they're charging it, this is effectively a free combo for us. Unless they straight up just throw it out unconditionally, right? We can just go into the air and approach from the air. But we don't want to do, what we don't want to do, is we don't want to drop that or do our little AWC SAX combo, right? If we do that, then we're going to get hit by the projectile. So what we'll do instead, is you see how I use AAC right here. I do a jump AAC, so then I essentially tech it and I'm not in the air. You actually can stay in the air for this specific scenario, right? But I want to go behind him so that I can properly start comboing him without having to wait for the end lag on AAC, in case I actually do miss, right? And then I do DDSQ, and another important thing, right? The DDSQ actually self-cancels because we hit AAC and we're able to Void Viper off of this to start a combo. We end up losing the combo because of stupid jank. he uses get out of jail free move. And this is actually another important thing. Whenever you get up close, you are at risk of getting hit by an Ace of Spades grab, which is DDSC. This is terrible. You don't want to get hit by this move ever. If you see them charging it up, just run away as far as possible. But if you're already up close, you're very likely going to just get hit by it, right? And once they hit that move, they effectively win like a 40 damage trade because they heal 20 and they do 20 to us if they're not in the middle of their combo. What you want to do in a scenario like this is you just want to drop down your highest possible damage like up close, right? In reality, Tyrant Revolver SAS would probably do the trick if you like cancel it and then do ASQ. But otherwise, if you get hit by this, then just try not to panic. Do the best in your ability to try and hit them, you know, during the move, so then they don't just get 20 HP for free. Actually, I noticed something. I did something bad. No, I didn't. That's also another thing, right? You see... Oh, this is strange. Whoa. This is actually a good thing. Okay, so this is what I meant by using ASDC earlier. See how when he did ASDQ, which is normally supposed to TPM, you just magnet it back. This is a magnet. Now, remember in the previous match commentary, I said something about never trying to be under an Ace of Spades. Now, the reason why I said that is because of a move that he uses earlier. I wanted to note down. Let's see if it's right here. This move. This move can be activated from any like vertical distance, and it'll just appear on the ground. As long as you're not directly under, you'll end up turning out just fine. Oh, I actually did do something bad. I was right. Okay, so I just missed my Fang. That was the thing. Yeah, and then right here, if you were to use card field like right here, then it would spawn in basically right under him. But as long as I'm not directly under him, I will very likely be fine, and he'll have wasted a card field. But in this case, I should have gone up since we're effectively at the same amount of HP, and Hellfall usually wins in the air versus Ace of Spades. You actually lose on the ground. And then here I end up doing something kind of stupid. I use my Tyrant Revolver in order to get out of this AAC, which I ended up missing the tech for it. In reality, I was trying to jump AAC instead of go into this little freeze frame right here, which typically leaves you very vulnerable. So I get out of it, go up, do another AAC, but I can't jump out of the end lag because I don't have my Tyrant up. And that costs me getting hit by DWSQ, and then I get hit by WQQ, which makes me lose the match. You gotta be very careful when you're fighting and make sure that you're accounting for the end lag in your moves, because otherwise then you're going to be standing still, and typically Hellfall is pretty vulnerable when it's getting comboed. We can't really use a reversal except for ASQ or JQ, so in order to like get them off us, right? And even then, a lot of classes have answers to those options, specifically Ace of Spades being one of them. Alright, this is the final match commentary, and I end up winning this one, and we're going to go into why I end up winning and how to win further. Alright, normal stuff. Right there, actually, I kind of make a mistake. I end up using AAC right under him. It could have been a big blunder, but he was already in the middle of a move before that. He could have used card field by just like turning around, and we would have been fucked. But he ended up not using it, so we're fine. That is an example of effectively a really good punish, right? We punish him really well right here because we AFGC when we see him crouching. Then we go in and we get out after the SSZ is done, but we re-engage using AAC, and he ends up actually whiffing SC, which costs him 37 HP, which we have the HP advantage now. So, and we're most definitely faster than Ace of Spades, so we can just run at him, hit one move, bam. Simple as that. When you have an HP advantage versus an Ace of Spades, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to win, but you have typically of course, this goes for every class. You have a higher chance of winning if you just go in and then try to trade against them. Versus Ace of Spades, though, you still don't want to trade versus them because they can just use DDSC. But if we looked before, he actually ends up whipping DDSC because he actually tries to use it as a reversal option when we end up doing a little combo. Right here. See? Right after SSZ, he ended up trying to use it. He whiffs it. For whatever reason, probably because he used it a little bit too early. And then we punish him off of that because he tries to escape. And yeah, we kill him. Alright, that's awesome. So, that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys got any questions or concerns about tech or anything, I'll be free to answer them. Toodles!